Hey guys, I'm writing this as we go, so let's see how it unfolds. Honestly, I barely remember doing this straight version of this loop, so it'll be interesting to compare. One thing I know for sure is that I tend to start strong in these races. It's kind of funny strategy, not necessarily planned, but it works out more often than not. Starting strong lets me test who's chasing, who's pushing the pace, and who might be the strong riders in the group. It's like an early game mental and physical scan of the competition. This race had 19 riders and the pace was great. It's always fun when you get a solid group of competitors who are clearly here because they love cycling. One name stood out to me right away, Crabtree. He seemed strong, attacking and stirring things up early. I made mental note to keep an eye on him. For me though, this is catC criterion and my strategy was all about conserving energy. Plan, hang back, save as much as I could, and then go for the sprint at the end. Looking at the race profile, this loop isn't flat. There are small bumps here and there. Nothing massive, but enough to make you pay if you're not careful. 7 laps of these little climbs can drain you if you push too hard early on. That's why I focused on staying within the top 10 riders. It's a sweet spot where I could monitor the competition, see who was pushing big numbers, and figure out who might attack. Speaking of numbers, I've learned that you can't go crazy on these bumps. Riders who aren't natural sprinters often push extra hard on the climbs to try and drain us sprinters. My job was to resist the temptation to match every surge and instead focus on my own pacing. I knew that if I could survive these climbs without burning all my energy, I'd be in good shape for the sprint. One thing that really helped was using the in-game power-ups wisely. I got lucky with feather boosts in this race, which are perfect for those short climbs. As someone who isn't a climber, having that little extra help on the inclines was a lifesaver. I also tried to avoid wasting energy on unnecessary surges. For example, if I'm already in good position, there's no need to use drafting boost. It's all about timing. I've been on Zwift for about 3 months now, and it's such a different experience compared to outdoor racing. The dynamics are unique, and I have to say it's incredibly challenging. One thing I've started doing is recording all my races, not just for fun, but as a tool for self-analysis. By reviewing the footage, I can spot mistakes, check my positioning, and see where I can improve. It's like a tool to coach myself. Another thing I'm still figuring out is the drafting mechanics in Zwift. In real life, when you're in the draft, you feel it, but in Zwift, it's less obvious. For example, if I'm slightly off to the side of the peloton, am I still getting the full draft benefit? It's unclear, and I wish Zwift would add draft meter. It would be so helpful to know exactly how much energy I'm saving in different positions. If anyone watching this knows more about how drafting works in Zwift, please drop a comment. I'd love to hear your insights. Interestingly, I noticed that some riders seem to be surviving with much lower power numbers than me. For example, I'd be pushing 5, 6 watts per kilo just to keep up, while others were cruising at 3, 4 watts per kilo. I'm not sure if that's weight algorithm thing or just different riding styles, but it's something I've been curious about. At 184 centimeters, 6 ohm, and 77 kilograms, I'm not exactly light, so maybe that's part of it. Either way, it's something to take in consideration if you're willing to be competitive here. As the race progressed, things started heating up. The little climbs on this course are tricky. They're not long, but they're steep enough to cause trouble if you're not careful. Every time we hit one of those bumps, I had to be mindful of my effort. For me, getting out of the saddle helps put down more power, but it also spikes my heart rate. If I'm at 155 BPM and stand to push, I can easily hit 165 BPM. That's above my threshold and I need to pay attention. Another thing I noticed was how the pack dynamics changed on the climbs. The group would stretch out into long line, which is always a sign that someone at the front is pushing hard. My goal was to stay within reach of the leaders without overexerting myself. It's fine balance. Push too hard and you burn out. Hold back too much and you risk getting dropped. For 3 laps ago, I still felt pretty good. Energy levels were solid and I was in control. The pack stayed together and any attacks were quickly neutralized. This was great for me because it meant I could stick to my plan. Conserve energy and position myself for the final sprint.
I walked away from your gilded lie. Degrees of deceit in suits and ties. They preach their worth, they sell their souls, but I found freedom in breaking the mold. Drop out, I chose my way. Fake smiles crumble, their masks decay. I climb their ladders, but the rungs are weak. I've got no need for the world they seek. Cap and gown won't cage my mind. Their hollow goals are always undefined. I'll shred the script, I'll write my own lore while they keep chasing what I abhor. Drop out, I chose my way. Fake smiles crumble, their masks decay. I climb their ladders, but the rungs are weak. I've got no need for the world they seek. Shattered glass of their brittle facade. Truth erupts where the masses applaud. I'm the rift that breaks their chain. Their fake success is my disdain.
5 kilometers to go. Positioning became critical. If you're not near the front at this point, you're not going to see who makes the first move.
Drop out, I chose my way. Fake smiles crumble.
I made sure to stay in the top 5, keeping an eye on Crabtree and the other strong riders.
Lungs are weak, I've got no need for the world they seek. Shattered glass of their brittle facade. Truth erupts where the masses applaud. I'm the rift that breaks their chain. Their fake success is my disdain.
With 500 meters left, the pace picked up. I let Crabtree take the lead, using him as my lead-out guy. 250 meters, I got out of the saddle and gave it everything I had. The sprint was intense, my timing felt right, and I pushed hard all the way to the finish line. It was close and Jimbo almost got me, but I'm happy with how it turned out. For me, it's not just about winning, it's about executing the plan and knowing I gave it my best effort. Thanks to everyone who raced and to those watching this recap. If you've got tips, especially about drafting mechanics or other Zwift features, well, let me know in the comments. See you on the next ride.